Hey, good evening, USA. Everyone representing USA, Canada, International, Long Island, aka Strong Island, plus the five spots of Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, Staten Island, Queens. This is your man G Money Stacks, aka the Gregonator, aka the YouTuber, host with the most, creator, misunderstood lonely nomad, unstoppable independent podcaster, and rookie podcaster from Laurelton, Queens, New York. And you're rocking and hanging with the 191st episode of Off the Meat Rack Chainz New York podcast. Live and direct from StreamYard and alongside with YouTube and alongside of myself is the Instagram live feed. Make sure you turn on your notifications so you don't miss a beat. And to know when each episode is going to be dropping. And speaking of which, if you're new to the channel universe of YouTube and you missed any previous episode whether you are a new listener or new watcher viewing this, welcome to the show. Don't worry, everything is already uploaded to the YouTube channel page of G Money Stacks 555 with all the New York episodes on there. So if you go ahead and grab that subscribe button for me and tap that noni bell so you can be reminded when the show goes in the air via live stream. And be sure to leave a like and a comment along with the episodes and the topics to be discussed. More video content, upcoming episodes, previous episodes, and of course, tell a friend to another friend. And I will handle where you can actually listen to the audio episodes on streaming platforms at the end of the show. So before I get into the first segment, you are more than welcome to actually make a charitable donation to my Cashapp to support this show right here and the other shows that I'm doing right now. You don't need a lot of money to support somebody like myself. Whatever amount of money you decide to donate that you're comfortable with will be appreciated. So the Cash App is $ G Money Stacks 555. That's $ capital G lowercase MONEY, capital S lowercase TACKZ 555. So there you have it right there. And also at the end of the show, I am going to basically making another announcement on another fun place to go, which is involving a friend of mine who has a music listening party in Brooklyn. So stay tuned for that for a couple minutes. And without further ado, let's get into a little thing right here called the New York Mass Transit Files right here, man. Let's do this. Okay. First story in transit news that we have right here today involves a NYPD top cop Keaton Sewell and Chief of Transit Jason Wilcox personally rode a midtown subway train and toured several stations Tuesday evening as public concern over transit safety rises. The NYPD brass was observed swiping at the turnstile inside the 51st Street and Lexington Avenue station just before 8 p.m. on October 11th. AM New York Metro was the only newspaper to join the pair as they performed a walkthrough of the station to observe the current state of the system. With the department's most recognizable face directly putting boots on the ground, police endeavored to send a clear message that they are aware of the angst some strap hangers harbor when riding through the underground and endeavor to ease that fear. People are telling us they want to see more visibility with the officers. They want more engagement with the officers, and we agreed with that. We understand that. We're doing everything we can to make sure we put officers where they need to be. People have to be safe in the subway system. They feel to be safe. They have to feel safe. We can tell people that we want to improve the conditions, but we have to make sure that we're here to provide that deterrent for any criminal activity, Commissioner Sewell told AM New York Metro. Um, Commissioner Sewell and Chief Wilcox toured the very station where on Saturday, October the 8th, most recently, 6 unidentified suspects brutally beat up a 17-year-old teen who was waiting for a northbound 6 train, raining down a flurry of kicks and punches. The altercation ended when one of the attackers stabbed the teen several times, leaving him wounded. Police sources said they believe um the attack to be premeditated. Sewell and Wilcox boarded a downtown 6 train and spoke with several commuters during the ride. Passengers indicated to the pair that crime within the system weighs heavy on their minds and would like to see even more action taken. Um and While several high-profile crimes have occurred inside stations and aboard trains, statistics released by the NYPD state that only 6 major crimes take place each day amidst an average of 3 million riders. Still, both Commissioner Sewell and Chief Wilcox understand that perception surpasses data. I can give numbers all we like. We have to talk about people. We have to talk about them being comfortable riding the subway, Commissioner Sewell said. The public is the picture for us. We have to make sure that we are responsive to their needs and that we are here when they need us. We have we have more to do and we are here to do it. The NYPD has inundated the system with about 1,000 more cops, focusing on 15 stations that the department deems most in need of the extra eyes in hopes of easing the public's fears. Stepping off at Grand Central Station, Seawall greeted an on-duty officer, telling the cop that people need to see patrolmen and women in order to ease their minds. AM New York Metro also asked Chief Wilcox regarding one of the most major criticisms when it comes to officers in the subway placement. Many New Yorkers say they would rather see the NYPD in trains and on platforms rather than besides turnstiles attempting to nab fare beaters. When I came to this position in January, I stressed 3 words to all my transit cops: uniform, patrol, train, patrol. That's been the foundation of everything we've been trying to do this year. Uniform, train, patrol. We want people to see us on the train as much as we can. It's a vast system. You are talking thousands of trains, but we're trying to maximize efficiency through proactivity, to be out there and visible as much as we can. Chief Wilcox told AM New York Metro, end quote, what you just said is absolutely core to what we're trying to accomplish here, and we're only getting started. Next transit news. Um, so next transit news story is the DOT. Okay. Even if you can't pronounce the name, cyclists can breathe a sigh of relief on the newly fortified Schermerhorn Street bike lane following a major overhaul of the downtown Brooklyn thoroughfare. Officials cut the ribbon on the new 2-way protected bike lane along Schermerhorn Street Wednesday morning following several months of work. The new bike lane is painted green and features east and westbound lanes for cyclists. For motor vehicles, the street has been converted from a two-way through fare into a one-way street going east between Smith Street and 3rd Avenue. The redesign of Schermerhorn Street represents a complete transformation of the look and feel of the corridor, said City Transportation Commissioner Adonis Rodriguez. This used to be a chaotic two-way street with rampant double parking. The standard bike lanes were often blocked, forcing cyclists to mix with vehicles in traffic. So DOT converted this street to one-way, creating safe parking, protected bicycle lanes that separate cyclists from traffic. The old street design featured bike lanes in both directions that were often derided as dysfunctional as they were unpainted and unprotected, and the roadway was constantly backed up by double parked cars and trucks. The new bike lane is separated much further from the vehicle lane and is protected from traffic by a parking lane. Given the proximity to downtown Brooklyn, the bike lane is heavily trafficked by cyclists, around 1,200 per day, according to DOT data. But historically, the lane was skimpily maintained, leaving riders in for a show, rough, and dangerous trek. 29 cyclists have been injured in collisions along the stretch of Schermerhorn between Smith and 3rd since 2012, according to NYC Crash Mapper. In 2013, a cyclist was killed after being struck by a pickup truck driver at Smith and Schermerhorn. The city intends to build 30 miles of new protected bike lanes this year. Rodriguez noted that 20 miles of these intended bike lanes are already under construction. The cause of improving the lane was championed by local city council member Lincoln Ressler, who earlier this year attempted the doomed to fail Schermerhorn Challenge, wherein any cyclist who could ride the whole stretch of Schermerhorn without ever leaving the bike lane, even if blocked, would win $100. Despite spending 41 minutes attempting to bike 4 blocks, Wrestler ultimately failed the challenge due to the prevalence of illegally parked cars, often with city-issued uh, play cards on the dash. This is a great friggin' day for Brooklyn, said Wrestler. Finally, with a two-way protected bike lane on Schermerhorn Street, we have real safety in downtown Brooklyn. After fielding constituent complaints about how the conversion of Schermerhorn had impacted downtown Brooklyn's street grid, Wrestler joined State Senator Andrew Gunardes and Assembly Member Joe Ann Simon to write a letter to the DOT requesting the city convert a block of Bond Street to northbound traffic only. The ribbon cutting for Schermerhorn is the start of what DOT promises to be a spooktacular Biketober. 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 Oh my gosh. Oh shit. That shit is wow. Okay, with events promoting cycling all over the city, including bike light and bell giveaways, helmet fittings, and workshops to help children and adults learn to ride a two-wheeler. And another story in transit news is train fare. Yes, train fare. All right, so now that's a Subway sandwich. The Metropolitan Transportation Authority launched a transit-themed sandwich together with Italian sub shop Ali Doro and Katz's Delicatessen Thursday. Named 1904 in honor of the year the first subway train rolled out of City Hall on October 27th. It is a spin on the classic pastrami on rye with some twist from the boot-shaped country and will be available for $14 at four Alidoro locations in Midtown through the end of October. Hmm, that sounds interesting and delicious. Mass transit has always been the best way to get around and take advantage of all our city has to offer, said MTA chairperson and CEO Jano Lieber at a September 29th press conference in Penn Station's Moynihan Train Hall. Moynihan Train Hall. Um, and now we have this delicious sandwich to remind us of that. Yep, pastrami at the iconic Lower East Side Eatery is topped with garlic, confit, cream, calabrian pepper, never heard of it, Dijon slaw, and aged provolone, which is white cheese. For you folks don't know what that is, it's basically white cheese. On a rye sourdough hero to make up the recipe for the 1904. This is a dream collaboration for us, said Ali Doro CEO John Streep. We wanted something that perfectly represented the city's culinary beginnings. It comes covered in wrappings with hand drawn subway lines inspired by the 1972 Vignelli map, including the stations near the Ali Doro outpost that will sell the sandwiches over the coming month. It's even okay to eat it on the train as long as you don't make a mess, said Lieber. Yeah, that does sound pretty delicious though, right? There's also a $17 lunchbox option with chips and a cookie, and 75 lucky buyers of that package could get a $50 Omni card, which stands for One Metro New York. For those of you who may not know what the acronym stands for, um, One Metro New York is what it stands for, or a gift card with that amount in fares for the subways and buses. Katz, third generation owner, praised the effort for combining Big Apple institutions. We are part of the Lower East Side, and people don't get to us without the MTA, said Jake Dell. Sure, it's a little confusing sometimes to people who first move here, but that's part of the charm, he said. Just like moving through Katz's is a little confusing when you first get here, but then you figured it out, and then you are a pro, and then it's great. The Penn Station Alidoro is in Moynihan's new food hall run by developer Vornado Realty Trust, the same firm looking to build a sprawling office campus connected to the renovation of the transit hub advanced by Governor Kathy Hochul. Vornado CEO Stephen Roth is a big time donor to the governor's campaign. I want to thank Stephen Roth and the amazing team at Vornado, not only for hosting us today and curating all the incredible brands in this new magnificent food hall, but also for the larger project they've quietly started here, says Street. They are a modest bunch and don't like to talk about themselves. Yeah, they're pretty modest though. Oh, they fucking modest though, man. But you can't blame them. But anyway, the 1904 is available for 14 or $17 as a lunchbox through October 31st, which is Halloween, at 4 Alidoro locations. Here are the locations in Manhattan. You have Bryant Park, 18 East 39th Street, Rockefeller Plaza, 1 Rockefeller Plaza concourse level, Moynihan Train Hall, 383 West 31st Street, The Hue, 601 Lexington Avenue. And there you have it though, man. And there you have it right there, folks. That's for all you New Yorkers out there that's interested to trying out this sandwich. I mentioned the locations already, so go check them out. And let's see. What else can we what else are we gonna wait a minute here. Wait a minute here. We need to hold on a minute here, man. Now I'm going to set this thing in regards to the whole thing with Chris Rock in a second. Um and let me just find it though. Oh, here it is. Okay, we need to talk about Chris Rock, man. He is already in hot water again. How many times do I have to tell you? Just because you're a comedian does not mean you get to make poor, tasteful, bad jokes. He did the same shit with the whole Will Smith's wife thing with the GI Jane shit. But this one is a little. This one is a little fucking ridiculous right here. So here it is. Remains to be seen. This is basically another story about Chris Rock. Not only the GI Jane jump, but he did the same shit with the whole um Nicole Brown murder thing. So here it is. Remains to be seen. Okay. He's in hot water right now, folks. I'm gonna fill you in on the story right now. Um all right, so this is according to ET Canada. Chris Rock is getting slapped once again. Slapped back once again. So this happened recently, actually. Most recently. So Chris Rock, so on Sunday, the comedian performed a set in Phoenix where, according to the Los Angeles Times, he explained why he turned down hosting the next Oscars with a joke about Nicole Brown Simpson, which he shouldn't have done that shit though, man. That's really fucked up though. If you really think about it. Um, referencing being slapped by Will Smith, Rock joked that going back again to host would be like asking Brown Sisson, late wife of OJ Simpson, to go back to the restaurant where she famously left her eyeglasses before she was killed. Yeah, Twitter users called out Rock for joking about a murdered woman. Wh- Yeah, yeah, you should. Yeah, this is crazy, man. um, this is just fucking crazy, man. Um, I'm sorry, but this is just crazy though. Um, and you talk about some defended Rock though. Oh boy. Anyway, Brown System's sister Tanya Brown was among those criticizing Rock over the joke, telling TMZ that it wasn't just unfunny, it literally doesn't make sense, and that there was no comparison between the Oscars and a gruesome double homicide. Brown said Rock's attempt at humor was distasteful, kind of like the last bad joke that he did. Yes, to say the least, and offensive to the family. She pointed out that there are still surviving family members who are dealing with losing Brown system every day, and this type of stuff hits close to home and hurts people. Brown also insisted that comedians should be held accountable for what they say. Of course, she added on Instagram, basically saying nothing is more lovely than to wake up on a Tuesday morning, um, not with TMZ calling you saying Chris Rock made a horrible joke about Nicole. Beyond distasteful. Nothing funny about his joke towards Jada as she suffers from a physical condition, and nothing funny about equating an Oscar host invitation to a double homicide. I always thought he was funny, but he crossed the line with this one. In other words, y'all stop using my sister, OJ and Ron, part of your um cricking comedy act. There are families behind this tragedy. Christopher Darden, the prosecutor in O.J. Simpson's trial, then shared in a post to his private Instagram account, which ET has seen. In quote, I don't advocate violence, but I guess this guy hasn't learned his lesson. I guess Will failed to slap any sense into him. Simpson was acquitted after standing trial for the murders of his ex-wife and Ron Goldman. Darden went on, I know some people who are deeply hurt and offended by this joke. Lame as it is, I mean, he has every right to say what he said, but maybe if some of his jokes were more general in nature and not so specific as to mock specific people. Nicole was somebody's mother, bruh, and Ron was a son and a brother, you know. Um, do you always have to make a joke at somebody else's expense? Ain't you learned nothing from the slap that was heard around the world? Brown commented, "Thank you, Chris." You know what though? They're right, man. I have to agree, man. Like it it seems like Chris Rock has not learned his fucking lesson. Oh, because he's a comedian, he gets to get away with anybody else's expense of pain and suffering. Like what it like seriously? Look, I know y'all folks talk about free speech and all that other shit, but when you are basically using somebody's pain and expense to make a reference or a comparison, you're basically doing this shit in poor fucking taste. Okay? Seriously, man. Like like something's gotta give, man. Like something's gotta give, man. For real, for real. He's foul for that shit, man. And I'm probably not gonna really, go to his go to his performances and shit though, man. Not after that shit though, man. But um all right. Let's get this out the way. He's getting flushed. Okay, now on to chatting or the jazz. Okay, we got some serious stories to cover here. And the first two stories has to do with the recent hurricanes actually. So I'm gonna do those things. Um hold on a minute. Let me look for that story. Let me look for that story from yes, so hold on a minute. So we have Hurricane Fiona. Yeah, let's start with Hurricane Fiona. It hit Canada actually, which I didn't even know it hit Canada. So let me just fill you in on what went down. So after causing heavy damage across parts of the Caribbean and Bermuda last week, Hurricane Fiona moved north towards eastern Canada, making landfall this weekend as a post-tropical cyclone. Whoa. The downgraded storm still packed heavy rain and winds gusting up to 110 miles per hour, driving storm surges and knocking down trees and power lines. Hundreds of thousands remain without power as emergency crews and utility workers work to clear debris and rebuild lines. Below is a collection of recent images from Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island, and Newfoundland. Oh boy. So the first number one, a person points toward a damaged house after the arrival of Fiona in Port Ux, um, Basques or Basquez, Newfoundland, Canada, on September 25th, 2022. And number two, structures and debris float near the shore in the aftermath of Fiona in Blanche, Newfoundland, on September 25th. Number three, an aerial view of the damage at the Stanley Bridge Marina, including multiple boats not ashore from wind and storm surging a day after Fiona hit the Atlantic coast on September 25th in New London, Prince Edward Island. Number four, residents walk past down trees on McDonald Street following the passing of Fiona in Halifax, Nova Scotia on September 24th. Number five, a fallen tree lies on a house in Halifax on September 24th. Number six, residents wait in line to fill up gas cans a day after Fiona hit the Atlantic coast in New London. Number seven, debris surrounds storm damaged houses in Port Ux, Basques on September 26th. Number eight, a sailboat lies washed up on shore following the passing of Fiona in Shearwater, Nova Scotia on September 24th. Number nine, waves roll in near a house damaged as Fiona passed the Atlantic settlement of Port Ux, Basques on September 24th. Number 10, Amy Osmond searches through her belongings in the aftermath of Fiona in Port Ux, Basques on September 26th. Number 11, RCMP officers observed the destruction after the arrival of Fiona in Port Ux, Basques on September 25th. Number 12, a Coast Guard helicopter flies along the coast as crews search for a missing 73-year-old woman in the aftermath of Fiona in Port Ux, Basques on September 25th. Number 13, a search and rescue crew looks over the coastline during the search for a person swept out to sea in Port Ux, Basques on September 25th. Number 14, a fallen tree lies on a crushed pickup truck following the passing of Fiona in Halifax on September 24th. And there's more to the story actually. There's more to the story actually. Fiona hit Puerto Rico, unfortunately. Do feel for the people. I do feel for the people over there who's actually scrambling out there, struggling. So here it is. This is according to the Guardian website. Alexis Robles has slept a mere 3 hours a night since Hurricane Fiona hit Puerto Rico on the 18th of September, causing a total blackout across the Caribbean island. Robles, age 52, assistance and analyst in the hold on the seaside town of Cabo Rojo in southwest Puerto Rico, has been living without power for 25 days. At night, the temperature barely dips below 80 Fahrenheit, and Robles wakes up after an hour or two covered in sweat. The, the days are marked by high temperatures and rain, and without a fan or air conditioning, the mosquitoes are unbearable. Robles lives in an 80 apartment condominium condominium complex with a backup generator that produces only enough electricity to power the water pump and light the communal areas after dark. Those with somewhere else to go have left. He says the remaining residents are just trying to get by. End quote. We have no electricity during the day. People here are desperate, just trying to survive, worried that this could end up like Maria, said Robles. For Fiona, a Category 1 storm when it struck the island, and the first major hurricane of the 2022 season, hit Puerto Rico exactly 5 years after Hurricanes Irma and Maria made landfall 2 weeks apart, destroying much of the island's electricity transmission and distribution infrastructure, leading to thousands of preventable deaths and the longest blackout in U.S. history. Wow. The storm left the vast majority of Puerto Rico and its 3 million residents without power or water for several days. Shit, that's fucking rough, man. After Maria Robles and his neighbors were left without power for 5 months. Damn. Now, 3.5 weeks after Fiona, they have no idea when electricity will be restored. What infuriates us the most is that Luma is claiming most of the island has power when that is obviously not true, said Robles, referring to the private U.S. Canadian consortium that took over electricity transmission and distribution in June 2021. Luna claims it has restored power to 99% of homes and businesses, but 3.5 weeks on, about 20,000 customers, the equivalent of 40,000 people, remain without power, according to the company's own figures. The worst affected neighborhoods are in the south and southwest of the island, where Fiona made landfall. Andres Gutierrez, a general physician in Cabo Rojo, said around a third of the town's 50,000 inhabitants remain without power, including many of his parents. Electricity poles are still down, cables damaged by falling vegetation, which many Puerto Ricans blame on the lack of regular maintenance. End quote. The situation is very tense. People are tired of being stuck in the middle of rumor and political interest. We pay so much for electricity and billions of dollars have gone into the system that is basically obsolete, said Gutierrez, age 46, who also went 5 months without power after Maria. Luma claims to have restored power to his street, he said, but half the homes still don't have any service from the grid and rely on backup generators and solar panels. They are among the lucky ones able to invest in backups. After Maria, Gutierrez said, but for many on low incomes including some of his patients. This wasn't an option. I have diabetic patients living off fast food and bread because the refrigerator is off. It's causing a domino effect on people's health, he said. Over the past 2 decades, Puerto Rico, along with Haiti and Myanmar, has been among three territories most affected by extreme weather, such as storms, floods, heat waves, and droughts, according to the German Watch Climate Risk Index, which are becoming more intense due to global heating. Shit. As those threats increase, Fiona, for many residents, has illustrated the ongoing fragility of the island's energy system despite the Federal Energy Management Agency, which is FEMA, having approved an unprecedented $16 billion for reconstruction and mitigation. Much of the existing energy infrastructure, plants, transmitter towers, poles, and cables is in flood-prone areas or at risk of sea level rise, storm surges, and tsunamis, as well as strong winds and earthquake damage. None of the federal funds have been allocated to distributed rooftop solar, a decentralized energy alternative, which grassroots activists and environmental experts argue would be cheaper, cleaner, and more resilient. About 10 miles northeast of Cabo Rojo, on the outskirts of the city of Mayaguez, another doctor, Alfredo Perez, is spending more than $40 a day on diesel to power his generator, a polluting luxury that has been in short supply. Perez, age 57, a neurologist, also has many patients without electricity, including an elderly neighbor with Parkinson's disease, whose life is fretting about how long this power outage will go on. This was only a category 1. And here we are again 25 days later, waiting for answers. Luma has been contacted for comment. Shit. Well, man, yeah, I really feel for the people, man. That's rough, man, for real. That's really rough. Um, that's rough for the people in Puerto Rico and of course Canada, and I would actually have to say with the people in Florida too. Wow. And we have another hurricane that happened recently in regards to Hurricane Ian. So up and down. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute here. Hold on a minute here. Yes. So hold on. All right. Fort Myers, Florida, headlights between the dusty roads under the soft complexion of pre-dawn light. With the landscape in ruins, it's a new day in Southwest Florida. People operating heavy machines move vessels, structures, and personal belongings to the sides of roads. Surviving in these communities who evacuated also returned to their homes, destroyed, and memories washed away by Hurricane Ian's record storm surge. Mike Mooger lost his home in the hurricane and doesn't know where to go from here. And in quote, hopefully we have insurance, some form of insurance, according to the insurance people. They were denying us right away. He shrugged. I don't know how that works. I don't know. I just don't know. Standing on their driveway, Mooger and his significant other look upon their belongings in horror. The distraught look on their faces is excruciating, as the inside of their home has been stripped already. Only the frame now stands with wood and concrete. Wow. Up and down their block, all the homes now look like this. All the while, the American Red Cross is on the ground trying to assist. Looking around here right now, there's nothing more clear that people are going to need help for a long time, said Lori Arnold, a Red Cross spokeswoman. Residents are roaming their communities trying to salvage what they can. The shock is beginning to wear off, and the sadness all around is taking hold. It's catastrophic. And I know that if we are feeling this way, we are not the only ones. Fort Myers Beach resident Sheena Brooke Stockton said she and her wife sheltered in their home that was partially destroyed in the storm, clutched with their belongings in their arms. The couple walked off the island to safety in the immediate aftermath, both thankful to be alive. So many people have given us a lot to help us survive. Just beach residents taking care of beach residents. I think it's that support that is keeping us going, keeping us alive, Brooks Stockton said. And with search and rescue operations still ongoing on the barrier islands, many residents can't get back to what's left of their homes and belongings. And and as the long days and nights continue, the suffering if infiltrates the living. The vastness of how much the hurricane has affected everybody alike. Disasters don't discriminate, Arnold said. Ian was indeed an unbiased and catastrophic storm, washing ashore feelings of anxiety, stress, and worry about what the next steps will be for the millions of survivors in its wake. Damn, that's really sucks though, man. Wow. Okay, what else can we talk about here? And I want to actually lighten shit up though. Actually we can't because we gotta talk about Anne Heche. There's several more serious stories we need to talk about here, man. Yeah. Hold on a minute, man. We need to talk about Anne Heche. Okay. Wait a minute here. Hold on. Hold on a minute. Let me find it. Yes. All right, there it is. Okay. According to TMZ, a rep for Anne's family tells TMZ we have lost a bright light, a kind and most joyful soul, a loving mother, and a loyal friend. Anne will be deeply missed, but she lives on through her beautiful sons, her iconic body of work, and her passionate advocacy. Her bravery for always standing in her truth, spreading her message of love and acceptance will continue to have a lasting impact. Anne Heche has died from injuries she suffered um, recently while driving her car through a Los Angeles home. Her rep tells TMZ is brain dead, and under California law, that is the definition of death. The rep adds life support machines are keeping Anne's heart beating for the purpose of preserving her organs for donations. However, the rep made it clear Anne has no brain function. The actress died Friday at an LA area hospital. She was rushed there in a coma, in critical condition, and never regained consciousness. We're told she suffered a severe anoxic brain injury. complete oxygen deprivation to the brain, and had a long and successful career in Hollywood, getting her start playing Vicky Hudson and Marley Love in the soap Another World, winning a Daytime Emmy. When Anne moved over to the big screen, she landed roles in some huge movies, including Donnie Brasco, Volcano, which I didn't know. Which I didn't know. Harvey Levin was in. That movie fucking sucked. Oh shit. I Know What You Did Last Summer, 6 Days, 7 Nights, Return to Paradise, the Psycho remake, and Wag the Dog. And also starred in a number of TV shows like Men in Trees, Hung, Aftermath, and The Brave. And she also did voice work for the animated TV series The Legend of Korra. During the first year of the Slamdemic, Anne was a contestant on Dancing with the Stars and famously dated Ellen DeGeneres back in the day, starting in 1997 until their highly publicized split in August 2000. She ended up marrying cameraman Coleman LaFoon, uh, whom she met on Ellen's stand-up comedy tour. Heche had a child with LaFoon, but their marriage ended in divorce. Her her next relationship was with her Man in Trees co-star James Tupper, with whom she had a second child. They split in 2018 after 10 years together. Of course, TMZ broke the story. LAPD sources say Anne was under the influence of cocaine and possibly fentanyl on August 5th, when she committed at least 2 hit and runs before crashing through a home and causing a fire, and sustained significant injuries in the crash, including severe burns and lung damage. So Anne was 53. Um, rest in power. Rest in power, Anne Heche. All right. What else can we? Okay, so we have. Let me see. Um, okay, we got some other serious stuff to talk about before we can get to the. Okay, so we have a driver who T-boned an NYPD car. Oh man, don't even ask me what T-bone is. So okay, a driver in an SUV T-boned an NYPD car that was moving with its lights and sirens on through a midtown intersection early Thursday, cops said. The police cruiser was hustling north on 8th Avenue near West 37th Street through a red light around 4 a.m., police said. At that point, a white Toyota SUV, which had a green light, entered the intersection and T-boned the police car, authorities said. Um, Two officers and the Toyota driver, a man in his 60s, were hospitalized with minor injuries, cops said. Okay, let's hold on. Let me try to explain what the phrase T-bone is with the definition. What the hell does that even mean? Let's see. Okay, T-bone definition. A lot of people rarely use that phrase, but you know. Okay, so T-bone. No, 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 no. So T-bone is basically crash head on into the side of another vehicle. That's what that's what basically what that means. Yes. Yeah, collide perpendicularly with the side of chiefly another vehicle. That's basically what the T-bone means. So that's crazy. Um yeah, so that's pretty much what that is. Um okay, that's pretty much what that is though. Um That's pretty much what that means. All right. Um, hold on a minute here. Hold on a minute here. Let me get to the thing. Um, okay. Um, where was I? Yes, here we go. Yes, here we go. All right, so all right, so there it is. Of course, photos show a door of the squad car and the front end of the Toyota heavily smashed up from the crash. Sheesh. This is crazy, man. People don't know how to fucking act. Oh boy. Okay. Um, all right. So I'm ready to actually lighten up some shit right now, actually. So let's lighten up some shit right now, starting with Alicia Keys. All right, so here we go. Um, all right, so this is from the Hip Hop DX website. Alicia Keys has received multiple new plaques from the Recording Industry Association of America for a number of her early hits. On September 19th, the Grammy Award winning vocalist earned 9 new RIAA certifications for a number of hits she released more than 2 decades ago, including Falling, which appeared on her 2001 debut album Songs in A minor. In total, Alicia Keys adds a pair of platinum certifications for You Don't Know My Name and Underdog, along with multiple 6-time platinum certifications for songs such as My Boo collaboration featuring Usher, uh, and Girl on Fire with Nicki Minaj. The New York native also secured a gold certification for her 2009 song Doesn't Mean Anything. Keys acknowledged the milestone of her 2012 collaboration with Nicki Minaj on Twitter, writing on September 22nd on Fire, along with a retweet. Okay. In June, Keys earned a separate gold plaque for her contribution to Fabio Foreign's um, anthemic City of God single, which notably features a guest verse from Kanye West and brings Keys' total plaques total for the year to 10 certifications thus far. Her last burst of RIAA certifications occurred in 2020 when her beloved songs in a minor album reached its astronomical 7 times platinum status. The arrival of Alicia Keys' new latest accolades marks yet another new chapter for her Keys, who celebrated her new freedom as an independent artist last December after fulfilling her contractual obligations to Sony more than 20 years after signing. The barrage of plaques also follows the August release of her massive 2-disc 30-track Keys 2 album, which includes features from artists such as Lil Wayne, Pusha T, Brent Faiyaz, and more. It's home to her trending Trillion single, which recently locked down the #1 spot on Billboard's Adult R&B Most Added chart. Revisit Alicia Keys, Keys 2 below. All right. Congratulations to Alicia Keys and her successful career. All right. Okay. We also got some surprising news in regards to Brandy. So I could relate to this because it happened to me recently. So I'm not gonna get into deep with the whole seizure thing. Um, so Brandy just addressed her health issue, telling fans to my beloved fan friends and stars, thank you for sending love and light my way. I am following doctor's orders and getting the rest I need due to dehydration and low amounts of nutrition. Thank you for your prayers and support. Grateful for you all. See you soon. And singer Brandy is recovering in an LA hospital after possibly suffering a seizure, TMZ has learned. Law enforcement sources tell TMZ they got an EMS call to Brandy's home at noon today. No, Tuesday. Sources with direct knowledge tell us it's believed Brandy suffered a seizure and she was taken to the hospital. At this time, we're told Brandy is still in the hospital. Her parents have been there with her and it appears she will recover. We don't know what led up to the seizure or if there were other health issues as a result of the incident. It was earlier this year when Brandy blew the crowd away at the NFL's NFC Championship game with her rendition of the national anthem. Of course, the we reached out to the rep for Brandy. So far, no word back. And yeah, so I'm actually glad that she's recovering. So that's actually good news right here, though, man. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's good news right here. And another brand new news, there was a Cinderella reunion of the 25th anniversary for the Cinderella movie that came out years ago in 1997. Wow. Um, so it's quite possible for dreams to come true. ABC has announced that a Cinderella reunion is coming to its network at the end of this month in honor of their Disney Princess Week. The cast of Rogers and Hammerstein's Cinderella will, yeah, it happened a while back actually. So this is more of a recap, man. So you know what I'm saying. According to Deadline, Brandy will be joined by original castmates Whoopi Goldberg, Paulo Montalban, Victor Garber, Bernadette Peters, Jason Alexander, and Vianne Cox. Billy Porter, producers Deborah Martin Chase and Neil Moran, and more will also make guest appearances. The hour-long reunion explores how the man the made for television musical expanded society's view of the term princess and includes interviews with the original cast members as well as rare behind the scenes footage with Whitney Houston. Following the special, The Wonderful World of Disney will air the original seven-time Emmy nominated film in its entirety. Um, we're delighted that the 25th anniversary of this landmark incarnation of Rogers and Hammerstein's Cinderella is being celebrated on its original network. Imogen Lloyd Webber, SVP at Concord Theatricals, stated on behalf of the Rogers and Hammerstein organization. Rogers and Hammerstein's unforgettable score is truly timeless, still enchanting listeners 80 years after their partnership began and 65 years since their Cinderella first charmed the largest audience in television history. Original cast members Whitney Houston and Natalie Desselle Reid passed away in 2012 and 2020, respectively. Though it'll be the first time in over 20 years that the live action film will be broadcasted on television, Rogers and Hammerstein's Cinderella is currently available to stream on Disney Plus. after the airing of Cinderella the Reunion, a special edition of 2020. It will be streamable on Hulu the following day. So, yeah. Let's see what else can we talk about. Oh, we need to talk. We need to talk about Tank though. But first, I'm actually glad that Brandy is recovering from the seizure, and I actually, and like I said, I could actually relate because it happened to me over the years, and in my experience of having those seizures, whenever I go to a neurologist, they'll basically tell me through CAT scans that they can't find the trigger to what went down. So they can't find the root of it. So I don't know what it is. But you know what though? Before I go on to the next topic, let me just grab some water real quick. Stay with me, folks. Okay. So Tank. Yes. So I was actually talking to somebody from Pokecha who was saying that R&B is dead. Well, this is one of the stories that I'm going to get into right now. So this is from Hollywood Unlocked. So Tank is weighing in with his thoughts on the ongoing debate sparked by Diddy last month after he declared that R&B is dead. The When We singer, who recently dropped his new album R&B Money, was spotted by a TMZ cameraman earlier this week at LAX airport to address those claims, insisting that the state of the rhythm and blues genre has noticeably seen a decline over the years with little to no support from mainstream media. End quote. We are still disconnected from the mainstream, he said before thanking outlets such as TMZ for continuing the conversation. Tank mentions the likes of Chris Brown and Usher, who he feels should receive much more coverage for their music, adding that he hopes R&B will eventually get its space back where it can flourish again. I don't know about that one, but Diddy's comments about R&B being dead had countless of artists speaking out on their take on why people haven't been drawn to the genre as much as they used to. Some had blamed it on people diverting their attention to pop music because it tends to sell better, while others argue that the mainstream audience don't want to hear ballads of love songs, a statement that was contested by Summer Walker, who says she prefers creating those types of tracks, though she's often advised against it by her record label. R&B is motherfucking dead as of right now, told fans in August. The R&B I made my babies to. R&B got to be judged to a certain thing. It's the feeling though, doggy. No, no, no. It's a feeling. You got to be able to sing for R&B, and then you got to tell the truth. R&B is not a hustle. This shit is about feeling your vulnerability. The Bad Boys Records founder, who has had plenty of success in the rap and R&B genre with hits including "I Need a Girl," "I'll Be Missing You," and "I Don't Want to Know." Added, you gotta motherfucking make a nigga dick hard or a woman's vagina wet. Wow. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Hold on, man. This is laughable, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for this. Yeah. You gotta cry. You gotta be able to get your girl back. I don't want to hear all this bullshit. It's our fault for it's our fault for accepting anything less for anybody getting on a mic. I feel like there was a death of R&B singing, and I'm a part of bringing that shit back. I ain't feeling no emotions. During somewhat of a heated Instagram live conversation with producer Timberland, Diddy asked him to name 5 R&B artists who could sing without the help of using autotune. A question Timberland struggled to answer. R&B don't sound too alive. You don't even know anybody's name, Diddy joked. Oh wow. Wow. Yeah, there's more. There's more. There's more. There's more to this actually. Um Tank is releasing his final album. Yeah, his final album R&B Money. Well, let's get into it. Let's get into this shit. All right, so it was party central at popular West Hollywood night spot at the um night spot the Peppermint Club last night as host Tank and Jamie Foxx welcomed guests, including singer actress Latoya Luckett, producer A&R executive hitmaker, and singer songwriter Eric Bellinger to the R&B Money Jam show. The one night only event, dress code black and gold, celebrated the release of Tank's 10th and final album, R&B Money, on Friday. Um, that's crazy, man. Yeah. Yep. Um, I got so much to say on this actually. Um, got so much to say on this shit though. But let me continue. For some, final might be a difficult concept to embrace. However, Tank tells Billboard he feels good about his career's next chapter that was triggered in part by loss of hearing in his right ear in 2021. Earlier this year, it was like, wow, this is going to be my last album, says the singer songwriter producer from the backyard rec room at his LA area home. But now it's like, yes, that's because so many so hold on a minute. That's because so many wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait. Yeah, so many other cool. Damn it. So many, yeah, so many other cool, super exciting things are happening between my podcast, finding and working with new artists for my R&B Money label with Atlantic, dedicating time to becoming the actor that I want to be and cultivating other ideas that I have. It's not solely about waiting, auditioning, or hoping for a phone call. It's more about creating my own phone calls and hiring myself for projects I want to develop, direct, and or produce. But first things first, as the promotion campaign for R&B Money gets underway, Tank's set to perform at DJ D Nice's Club Quarantine in Las Vegas, which already happened. Describes the last album of his 25-year career as being very much me. It channels the sex, love, and pain that I'm known for, pointing out that 3/4 of the album is almost like an uninterrupted sex tape. In a nod to his R&B influences such as Marvin Gaye, Teddy Pendergrass, Keith Sweat, and Al Green. Tank adds, the feeling in their music is what inspired me. Tank wrote or co-wrote all of the album's 17 tracks. Um, Standouts among the 8 tracks he played for Billboard are the Central When You Dance, Sizzler, No Limit featuring Alex Isley, the insightful See Through Love with Chris Brown, and the moving It's Nothing. Despite the hearing loss, Tank's emotive vocals and range are still commanding. Additional guests includes Rotimi, Vito, Black Tuxedo, T-Verse, Feder, and Jay Valentine, who appears on the album's latest single, Slow, which has reached a number 12 peak so far on the R&B airplay chart. Reaching number 1 on that same tally are R&B Money's first 2 singles, Can't Let It Show and I Deserve. During his recording career, Tank has landed 8 albums on the top R&B hip hop albums chart, including 5 number ones. Each of his first 8 studio albums also reached the top 20 of the chart. He charted 15 songs on Hot R&B hip hop songs, including a pair of top 10 hits. Of course, some of his biggest achievements have come on the adult R&B airplay chart. He's racked up 23 titles there with 6 number ones and 12 overall top 10 hits. Tank scored his most recent top 10 this summer via a feature spot on Jay Brown's Don't Rush, which entered the top 10 in July and climbed to a number 7 best so far in August. In the midst of completing this last album, the 5-time Grammy nominee and Jay Valentine recently launched their R&B Money podcast via iHeartMedia and Charlemagne's The God's Black Effect podcast network, kicking off with actor, comedian, artist Fox as its first guest. The weekly podcast spotlights the history and ongoing cultural influence of R&B through chats with artists and executives working in the genre. Intent on furthering his move into acting, Tank co-starred in the Lifetime film Lust, a 7 Deadly Sins story, and BET's American Gangster presents Big 50, the Rhonda Hood story with Remy Ma. He recalls being bitten by the bug when he was asked to audition for a role of Effie White's, which is Jennifer Hudson, younger brother Cece in the 2006 film Dreamgirls. In the end, it came down to him and actor singer Keith Robertson, who ultimately got the part. I've been acting the fool my whole life, says Tank with a laugh. Now I'm channeling that and putting it in the right space. The encouragement I've received since the Dreamgirls audition and other acting projects from Jamie Foxx and others means I'm going in the right direction. So I'll keep learning and pushing. And while R&B Money is his final album, that doesn't mean Tank won't be back on stage. He's been doing gigs as a stand-up comedian as well. I can't walk away from the stage, he pledges. Right now, however, I'm just rearranging my priorities. And another Tank story. Let me get to that one right there. Okay, so let me see this. So he said R&B isn't dead, but it does need to be revived. At least that's how Tank sees things in the wake of Diddy's commentary on the culture, and he's got definite ideas about how to bring it back. We caught up with Tank at LAX, and while he's been getting tons of fan support for his new and final album, R&B Money, he says he and other R&B artists just aren't getting love from the mainstream, and that's got to change. The response to his project is proof the genre isn't dead, but he says what would really rejuvenate R&B is huge names like Chris Brown and Usher getting more coverage in the media. As he puts it, give give us our space back. Um, Tank cites classics like Boys to Men's End of the Road and Jodeci's Forever My Lady as benchmarks for the type of success newer artists should be experiencing. All hope may not be lost. Tank says he's been ribbing Jamie Foxx to return back to music, a sentiment shared by many following the R&B Money release party. Jamie Foxx is in his 50s, man. Like, come on, like, I got so much to say on that one. Hold on. Bear with me, folks. Um, the event was a hit. Jamie, John B, Pleasure P, and even honorary singer OT Genesis were in the building. And Tank says bringing the Fox from hibernation is the next life mission. Jamie knows a thing or two about topping some charts. Let the R&B games begin. Okay. All right. Okay, before I go on to Joyner Lucas, I got something to say about this. Though, man. Hold on. Let me put myself on screen real quick. All right. So I know a lot of people who've been actually, wondering why sometimes, you don't really hear R&B anymore. And as I read, not too many people are doing the R&B thing anymore because look, they're looking for something that will sell. You know what I'm saying? Something that will sell. And 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 another thing, you're not gonna hear from the same people. You're not gonna hear from the same old people from years ago who came out, who came out um with R&B and stuff. And when you go into a party, right? When you go into a party, I mean, I don't think anybody is going to be in the mood to actually be listening to R&B songs, man. They want to have fun. They want to turn up. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, there's a time and a place to be listening to R&B songs and shit, but if you had a barbecue and at a or at a party in a club or whatever, you're not gonna hear R&B songs, man, because the fact of the matter in reality is you're not gonna be able to get any song requests from DJs anyway. You feel what I'm saying? And I feel like I had to address this shit too, man, because I was talking to somebody from Pocacha and you know what I'm saying? Like you have to understand something too. Look, okay, pop music, rap music, hip hop, which turned 49 years old this year. These are popular music genres that they're selling. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not gonna like on a real, you're not gonna hear from the same R&B people, man. And Jamie Foxx is in his 50s. So I don't know how he's gonna be able to actually, make another music album because number one, he has multiple stuff that he has to do. And as a matter of fact, not only he's in his 50s, but he also is the host of the TV show Beat Shazam. Like seriously? Seriously. Seriously. I don't know how R&B is going to be brought back though, man, to be honest with you. I really don't know because it's already been dead. Unfortunately, it's been dead for quite some time. Look, folks, the only music genres that's getting a lot of recognition in mainstream is not just pop music and not just EDMs. It's also hip hop and rap music that's also getting the recognition. You feel what I'm saying? It is what it is. Some things can't be brought back. And as the saying goes, you can't fix something that's already broken. Period. And that's all I'm gonna say on this one right here, man. To all the grouch to all the grouchy motherfuckers who are complaining about the music that they're hearing and shit like that. If you don't like it, don't fucking listen. Just because you don't like it does not mean everybody's going to agree with your ass. You know what I'm saying? Some people have preferences of the types of music artists that they want to listen to. Sometimes they don't want to hear about no breakup songs and shit like that. Like seriously. Like seriously. There's a time and a place for everything. But in this case, I hate to say this, man. I hate to say this, but I don't think R&B is going to be back, man. It is what it is. And of course, to all the grouchy motherfuckers out there who complain about hip hop today and shit like that, look, it it had a birthday this week. No, not this week. It had a birthday in August, so you can't bring back hip hop to the 70s, 80s, and 90s and the two and 90s and all that other shit. You can't bring that shit back. Of course, you could do throwbacks and shit, but you can't bring it back to the way it was. You really can't. It grew. It's 49 years old. Like, you gotta learn to adapt to things. Sometimes you have to adapt to change, even though if you don't like it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm actually learning that myself too. So it is what it is, man. Let's move the fuck on. All right. Okay, Joyner Lucas. Yes, Joyner Lucas has responded to Bobby Shmurda's recent praise where he compared the Massachusetts rapper's success to that of No Limits Master P. In an Instagram post on Friday, Lucas reposted a video clip in which the Shmurda praised his lucrative blueprint as an independent artist and held him the Percy Miller of his generation. I've been telling Google to put some respect on my net worth for years, the ISIS rapper wrote in the post caption. Laugh out loud. They still got me at 3 million. Um, Loud crying emoji, Bobby Schmurder. Thank you for this praying hands emoji. Yeah, there you go. Um, the clip above helps to somewhat provide context to the moves Joyner Lucas made in 2020 when he and his manager um the Rov Joshi's artist collaboration platform Tully app received a strategic investment from Sony Music Entertainment. During an interview with Hip Hop DX last year, following the release of his Billboard Top 10 album ADHD, Joyner Lucas explained that the app was created in order to empower artists to take back control over their music, which ownership is important, man. owning your masters and all that other shit is important too. Um, Artists need to have control over their work, Lucas told DX. We sweat and bleed for this stuff, and it means everything to us. I built totally to make it possible for me to have that control, know where all my stuff is, and never have to rely on anyone to tell what's mine and who owns what or how. And that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing with my multiple podcasts, man. I want to own my stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like it's easier for me rather than me relying on editors and producers and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm learning how to do things myself. So that's pretty much why I'm a little hesitant into being under a podcast label or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I use Anchor FM, you know what I'm saying? As a hosting site. So there it is. There it is right there. Yes, so originally founded in 2015, Totally serves as a bank of digital tools that are meant to help streamline the creative process in music for artists and songwriters who can record ideas, save beats, store masters, and more on the secure cloud-based application. While it's unclear whether or not Joyner Lucas is actually making $250,000 per month as an independent artist, it's clear that the infrastructure he has created for himself as an independent artist with the Tolly app has afforded him an immense amount of freedom creatively. Well, a perfect example of the type of control he has over his music exists in the form of Joyner's Will visual single, which he quickly re-released as a remix featuring Oscar award-winning actor Will Smith. Following Smith's excitement about the single, check it out below. In other Joyner Lucas news, he stops by Hot 97 recently. Master Flex has seen it all in hip hop, but Joyner Lucas has shown it's still possible to leave the veteran DJ's jaw on the floor after all these years. The Massachusetts bred MC paid a visit to Hot 97 on Tuesday, where he showcased his Eminem approved lyrical talents after accepting Flex's challenge to rap backwards. I saw something 7 years ago. I saw you rhyming backwards. I seen it. I might say cranking hard, Flex said, referring to Lucas' 2015 song Backwards. I'm into challenges. I'm gonna challenge you to do that again. Backwards part two, that sounds like where we're going with this. Stepping up to the plate, Lucas delivered a punishing freestyle over Nas. Nas is like instrumental. He began rapping as normal before hitting the rewind button and repeating the same bars in reverse. Niggas drag you under, grab the boat, and then you have suffered a million ways to kill you, fold you up, till your back is ruptured, rupture your back, pussy needles, heroin, acupuncture when I'm packing punches, rap in reverse till I'm back to forwards, he spits. Lucas then repeated the feat over the beat to 50 Cent and Biggie's 2003 collaboration, Real Niggas. Funk Flex watched on in amazement, slapping the table and scrunching his face throughout the performance. Hard, he proclaimed at one point. Flex wasn't the only one impressed. What the fuck flying emojis at the Mark Wahlberg wrote on Lucas' Instagram, while fellow lyricist My Son gave his stamp of approval by commenting fire emojis impressive. Former NBA star Lisa Leslie enthusiastically added wow fire emojis, while Wildfire emojis. I don't care what nobody said. It's your time. That was fire. During an interview with DJ Booth in 2015, Joyner Lucas explained the inspiration and process behind his original backwards song. I write all my lyrics on my iPad, he said. For the backwards, I copy and pasted the same verse and then made another paragraph underneath and went all the way from the ending to the beginning and then figured out how to make it work. He added, I didn't try to get a point across like I'm an MC. I'm super lyrical and I'm gonna prove it. It was more so for me, I wanted to see if I could pull it off. I wasn't thinking about if other people are gonna like it or not. I'm always looking to do something different that somebody else isn't doing. Joyner Lucas isn't the first rapper to spit backwards. Nas adopted the approach in his 2001 Stillmatic track Rewind, telling an entire story in reverse. Revisit the song below. Wow, that's pretty awesome right there, though. Cool. All right. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's talk Busta Rhymes. Yes. Busta Rhymes received the Icon Award. Um, Megan Thee Stallion and Christopher Y.C. Pearson were named Songwriters of the Year, and Justin Bieber's Peaches was Song of the Year at the BMI R&B Hip Hop Awards held at Miami's Live Club Live Nightclub, on Wednesday night. Other top honors went to Sony Music Publishing as Publisher of the Year and Silk Sonic Drake, her collaborator Durance D Mile. D Mile Mile. Oh shit. Was named Producer of the Year. The event, which recognizes the top producers and songwriters of the previous year's 35 best performing R&B hip hop songs in the U.S., was hosted by BMI President and CEO Mike O'Neill and Vice President of Creative Atlanta Catherine Bruton. Um, yeah. O'Neill presented Rhymes with the BMI Icon Award for his defining impact on hip hop and for mentioning the next generation of talent. Pharrell Williams was also called to the stage to recount memories of his and Rhymes' longstanding relationship, noting that he felt honored to be in the presence of someone who had the courage to be so different and still does today. On receiving the honor, Rhymes shared, "We're all blessed with this gift. It's one thing to identify with the gift, it's another thing to believe in it once you identify with it." He went on to say, "The most beautiful part about it is I earned this. I've never been celebrated as an icon before, but I never had to question whether I was one." Rhymes then performed a medley of some of his biggest hits, such as Break Your Neck, Scenario, and Put Your Hands Where My Eyes Could See, with longtime friend and collaborator Swift Star and DJ Scratchernator. Williams also joined Rhymes on stage for a performance on Past the Cavassier. The night kicked off with an appearance by DJ Khaled, who helped welcome in attendees, while DJ Nasty a few tracks followed by a performance by singer rapper Murray and Nigerian singer songwriter Feels. As for the rest of the night's uh honorees, the Song of the Year award went to Peaches writer Daniel Caesar, um, Givian, Bernard Harvey, Luis Manuel Martinez Jr., and Andrew Watt. D-Ma was recognized with the Producer of the Year award for his work on Fair Trade by Drake and Travis Scott. And Smoking Out the Windows, Skate, and Leave the Door Open by Silk Sonic. Megan and Christopher Y.C. Pearson tied as the Songwriter of the Year, and Megan honored for Body, Cry Baby, and Dot Shit, and YC for his work on Back in Blood, Time Today, and Waukesha. Sony Music Publishing received the R&B Hip Hop Publisher of the Year award for representing 20 of the previous year's most performed songs, including Song of the Year Peaches, as well as Lemonade, Rap Star, and Way Too Sexy, to name a few. As the 2022 BMI icon, Busta Rhymes joins previous honorees Janet Jackson's, Patti LaBelle, Nile Rodgers, Snoop Dogg, and the Jacksons, and many more. Of course, you can view this on the website bmi.com. All right. Okay, and another Busta Rhymes news, of course. Busta Rhymes has continued to release new music after being challenged by Funk Flex to do so 2 weeks ago. On the heels of premiering a pair of records on Flex's Hot 97 show last week, Busta let another track from The Vaults go featuring Swizz Beatz. The lady on the right, Get Down With Me. The lady on the left, Get Down With Me. Swizz repeats on the energetic chorus to set the tone for the bouncy tune. Busta Rhymes grabs the baton and uses his speedy flow to brag about his diverse real estate portfolio across the globe. I'm in a foreign John international real estate. I purchased foreign homes over the last 30 years. I met a lot of pawns. Y'all can't stop me, he raps. Yeah. And Busta Rhymes looks like he could possibly be in album mode with him flooding Funk Flex's inbox. His comment section seemed to approve of having the New York rap veteran back in the booth. Too good, Royce the 5'9" wrote. While Hitmaker added, it begins. This was a night for the books. Unfortunately, fans shouldn't expect any of the 3 tracks to eventually land on streaming services. The beat to one of the tracks with Swizz appears to be a sped up version of KRS-One's 1997 hit Step Into a World. Of course, Rapture's Delight, which was built around the popular breakbeat The Champ by the Mohawks. Most recently, Funk Flex premiered a new track from Wu-Tang Clan's Raekwon the Chef and Ghostface Killer on Thursday night, which finds the Wu Gambinos trading bars over 90s inspired production from Scram Jones. Funk Flex has been busy over the summer premiering songs by Joel Santana and Benny the Butcher, Fabulous, and 2 more Jadakiss records produced by Swizz Beatz, all of which came following challenges. Flex's latest challenge singled out Swizz Beatz, who he wants to send him an unreleased DMX song to premiere on Hot 97 next week. Well, yes, so congratulations to let's make some noise for Busta Rhymes, the legend. Been around in the game for years, so let's make some noise. Congratulations, Busta Rhymes. All right, what else can we talk about here? Let me make sure I don't miss anything. Oh yeah. Oh man. National Mustard Day, huh? Okay. Ground from the seeds of a mustard plant, mustard is one of America's favorite condiments. Oh, come on, man. Give me a break. Yes, food lovers can celebrate this versatile topping on National Mustard Day, which was August 5th. The National Mustard Museum was the originator of the holiday and celebrates the day every first Saturday in August. Guests who visits the museum on this special day can take part in a whole variety of games and even try a free hot dog and mustard sampling. Yes, yes, yes. Mustard goes with foods you will like. Um, yeah, yeah, man. Of course, you don't have to go to the museum to have fun. Be sure to try out as many mustards as possible. The standard yellow, American style, French Dijon mustard, Bavarian sweet mustard, and the tangy beer mustard. What? Wait. Beer mustard? That can't be that. Wow, that can't be true. That can't be serious, man. Come on. Okay, first of all, let's look up what the hell is beer mustard. Oh my gosh, what is beer mustard? Oh my gosh. Okay. What is beer mustard? Hold on, man. Oh my gosh. Okay, what is beer mustard? Oh my gosh. So okay. So beer mustard is a coarse ground mustard um with ale. Beer mustard is simply coarse ground mustard made with a flat ale, a type of beer. A flat beer is beer without any carbonation. Yeah, carbonation. It has lost its fizz and has no bubbles, sort of like some of that skunky tasting beer you drink in college. Ew. I would not be trying that shit though, man. Oh shit. I would not be trying that though, man. Oh man. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. So when is National Mustard Day? You ask. Of course, National Mustard Day is celebrated annually on the first Saturday in August. Now, history of National Mustard Day. Okay, mustard has been among the most used spices in the world for centuries, believed to have originated in ancient Egypt. It was used for um, medicinal purposes as well as a spice. The Greeks and Romans followed suit, utilizing mustard for both flavoring and as a herbal remedy. Mustard was prescribed as a cure for for a range of ailments, from snake bites to hysteria. The mustard arrived in northern France, where it was gradually cultivated by local monks. The word mustard is derived from the word musto or great muss, a type of um, unfermented wine that hasn't matured and was mixed with mustard seeds by the French monks. Monasteries started producing large amounts of mustard in the ninth century, from which they generated even larger amounts of income through sales. Prepared mustard, or modern mustard as we know it, was created in Dijon, France in the 13th century. The preparation of this condiment is thanks to the efforts of Pope John of Avignon, who loved mustard and created a special post of Grand Mustier du Pape, or the Grand Mustard Maker, to which he appointed his nephew. At the beginning of the 19th century, mustard was finely milled into powder by the world's first mustard millers, the British. This is how mustard became an industrial level food ingredient. In 1904, the modern yellow mustard was introduced in Rochester, New York, from where it became popular due to its pairing with the classic American hot dog. Yes. On National Mustard Day, grab the mustard and pair it with different food items used as a condiment for cheeses, meat, and bread food items such as hamburgers, sandwiches, hot dogs, and even pizza. Who the hell puts mustard on pizza, man? That's disgusting, man. No way in the hell I'm putting mustard on my pizza, man. Oh shit. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, man. Its versatility is enjoyed today by food lovers everywhere. Mustard is also a fantastic dressing for salads, an ingredient for sauces, and used in some marinades. If mustard is not being used as a condiment or key ingredient, then its many benefits are being enjoyed in the form of mustard seeds and mustard oil, both of which have proven benefits for the skin and body. Well, so National Mustard Day activities. Oh boy. So mustard is the favorite topping for hot dogs. A National Hot Dog and Sausage Council survey found that 71% of people confirm mustard as their top hot dog condiment. What's wrong with ketchup? It's a staple, a staple at baseball games and other sporting events. Always on hand to supplement the concession stand food. It's the perfect garnish for a tasty treat. Just make sure you pick up an extra napkin so you don't spill any on your shirt. It's good for you. It's well known in science circles that the elements found in mustard seeds can stop cancer cell growth. Mustard is also used as a remedy for muscle pain and certain types of skin disorders. I didn't know this. I didn't know that. That's good to know. Mustard seeds come with high levels of calcium, magnesium, and potassium. As a great addition to some of your favorite foods, mustard is a low calorie, low sugar alternative to other condiments. You could put it on almost anything, well, except for the pizza parts. Mustard isn't just for hot dogs. With all the varieties, it's the condiment for creatives. If you can dream it, you can achieve it. Try out a breakfast casserole infused with honey Dijon. Dijon. Bake up some mustard roasted potatoes. Glaze a ham with honey mustard. If you can't let go of your traditional roots, you have a Chicago style hot dog with yellow mustard, chopped onions, relish, a pickle spear, and tomato slices. Oh Lord. Oh boy. So plant versus condiment. Mustard is a plant and prepared mustard is a condiment. An important distinction to make. More than just a condiment. And ancient Greeks and Romans used mustard to soothe pains, cure stings and bites, and even ease toothaches. Broccoli is mustard's cousin. Oh shit. Oh, as part of the Brassica family, mustard plants are relatives of broccoli. um Mustard on the go. King Louis refused to travel without mustard. Oh boy. There's no mustard yellow. The color mustard yellow is made by adding turmeric and not actual mustard seeds. Okay, why we love National Mustard Day. You can learn all about it at the National Mustard Museum. It's located in Middleton, Wisconsin. Wisconsin. The National Mustard Museum is the birthplace of National Mustard Day and the holy grail for mustard lovers. Started by Barry Levinson in 1992, the museum is home to nearly 6,000 different types of mustards from all over the world. Stop by to see the Great Wall of Mustard, an antique collection of mustard pots, and try out a free mustard tasting. This free museum is open 7 days a week. Host a mustard tasting, serve up pretzel rods, hot dog bites, and pita bread for guests to test out as many types of mustard as possible. Hit up your local store to buy out their mustard varieties. You should even try out a local artisan market to see if you can pick up additional hard to find mustards. Place the different kinds in small serving dishes and let everyone try out all the combinations of snacks and toppings. Make your own mustard. Who says that French's and Grey Poupon should have the monopoly on good mustard? Try out your own recipe on National Mustard Day. Soak mustard seeds for a full day in your liquid of choice. Vinegar, water, wine, or even beer. Then grind up the seeds in a food processor. Make the mustard to your liking by adding your favorite flavors like brown sugar, honey, or tarragon. And of course, this year it was on August the 6th. Next year will be August 5th. 2024, August the 3rd. 2025 will be August the 2nd. Okay. All right, so what else? What else? Yeah, so I didn't forget this story right here. Um, so here's what we have. So next subject is in regards to Wu-Tang Clan and Nas mini documentary. The legendary hip hop titans Wu-Tang Clan and Nas and special guest Busta Rhymes have created a mini documentary showcasing their current U.S. New York State of Mind tour. Live Nation made an 8-minute movie that provides viewers an inside peek at the legendary tour and the blood between the musicians through privilege and personal interviews and behind the scenes backstage footage. Give me 1 second, folks. Give me 1 second. Excuse me. All right. Okay, what was that? Oh, okay. Okay, where was where was I? Backstage footage. Okay. Um, the mini documentary shows the different artists discussing what New York state of mind means to them while they were on site in St. Louis for the tour's launch last month. They discuss how significant it is to highlight the fact that hip hop originated on August the 11th, 1973, which turned 49 years old this year in the Bronx and has had an impact on all five boroughs of New York. How the city's native hip hop titans who forever shaped the rap scene and culture outside the Empire State have culminated into this tour, and um the the 2022 New York State of Mind tour continues this week across North America in Phoenix, Irvine, Oakland, Wheatland, and Los Angeles before ending in San Diego, California. On yeah, it already ended. So this is more like this is more of a recap. You know what I'm saying? This is more of a recap, though. You know what I mean? Um, of course, you can watch it on the Live Nation YouTube channel. So go ahead and check that out. Um, let's see. Okay, let's see. And let me see what else. And the wait, hold on a minute here. Hold on a minute here. Okay, Global Citizens Festival. All right, so Global Citizens 10th Anniversary Festivals takes place. It took place today in New York, and the Ghanaian capital of Accra. Um, so Eastern, so starting at 4 p.m. Eastern, the shows will air online and on TV across a variety of channels. Of course, performers include Metallica. This is a recap, actually. You know what I mean? Rosalia, Mariah Carey, Main Skin, the Jonas Brothers, and Mickey Guyton in New York, and SZA, Stormzy, her, and Thames in Accra. Watch a live stream broadcasting from both events below. Viewers around the world can stream the events online via the following platforms: Amazon Music, Apple Music, Apple TV, Global Citizen, Twitch, Twitter, Veeps, and YouTube. In the United States, the event also airs on ABC and ABC News, um, FX, and iHeartRadio. Um, the festival is urging world leaders at the United Nations General Assembly ahead of the G2, G20, and COP27 to invest $600 million into the future of women and girls. Close the annual $10 billion climate financing shortfalls deliver $500 million to help African farmers respond to the global food crisis and provide urgent relief from crushing debts to end extreme poverty now. That's pretty dope, man. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty dope, though. I actually like this. I actually like this, though, man. You know what I'm saying? I really like this. Yes, you can watch. You can watch this on their YouTube channel, Global Citizens, to check out the event. Okay. Let's see what else. What else is left to talk about? Let me see. If I missed anything. Um. Yeah, I guess I could get to I guess I could get to two. I guess I could get to three stories actually. That's like movie related. Um, it's like movie related actually. Let's get to. Let's get to. Let me see. Hold on a minute here. Hold on a second here. Um, let's get into. Let's get into the School of Good and Evil. We're gonna get into that right now, which is under the movie Man Cave Popcorn segment. Let's get into it right now, man. All right. All right, you know the drill. So there's three stuff to talk about in this segment right here. So Netflix has unveiled a new trailer for its YA fantasy pick, The School for Good and Evil, directed by Paul Feig, um, from last Christmas, which is slated for a global release on the streamer on October 19th. The film is set in the village of Gavadon, where two misfits and best friends, Sophie, played by Sophia Ann Caruso, and Agatha, played by Sophia Wiley, share the unlikeliness of bonds. Sophie, a golden haired seamstress, dreams of escaping her dreary life to become a princess, while Agatha, with her grim aesthetic and offbeat mother, has the makings of a real witch. One night under a blood red moon, a powerful force sweeps them away to the school of good and evil, where the true stories behind every great fairy tale begin. Good and evil sounds a little scary, don't you think? Um, The School of Good and Evil is based on the internationally best-selling book series by Solomon um, Chinani, Lawrence Fishburne, Michelle Yeoh, Jamie Flatters, oh shit, Kit Young, Peter Serafinowicz, Rob Delaney, Mark Heap, Patty Lupon, Rachel Bloom, Kerry Washington, Charlize Theron, and more also star. Of course, previously June 7th, Netflix on Tuesday released the first look at its anticipated anticipation of the YA fantasy novel The School for Good and Evil, starring Charlize Theron and Kerry Washington. Of course, based on the Somain Chinani novel. The film is directed by Paul Feig, and I read actually, and also stars Sophia Wiley and Sophia Ann Caruso. So the trailer is brief, with most of it being narrated by Theron before unveiling what her and Washington's characters look like. The final images feature Wiley and Caruso's characters, Agatha and Sophie, respectively, being kidnapped and taken to the school by some sort of flying creature. A release date is still unknown for the film, other than that it coming out sometime in the fall. Lawrence Fishburne and Michelle Yeoh also star. Check out the teaser trailer above that dropped today as part of Netflix's Geek Week. The first poster is below. The plot of the best-selling six-book series centers on Sophie and Agatha, best friends who discover where fairy tale legacies go to school. The school for good and evil, where ordinary boys and girls are trained to be fairy tale heroes and villains. With her princess ambitions, Sophie knows she'll be picked for the school for good and join the ranks of past students like Cinderella and Snow White. Meanwhile, Agatha, with her grim aesthetic and wicked cat, seems a natural fit for the villains in the school for evil. Yet soon girls find their fortunes reversed. What if the mistake is the first clue to discovering who Sophie and Agatha really are? Um, School for Good and Evil is the first book in Chinani's series, which has sold more than 2.5 million copies and has been translated into 30 languages across 6 continents. Hold on. All right. Finding Neverland scribe David McGee and Feig adapted the screenplay. Rolf Kirschenbaum's Joe Roth and Jeffrey Kirschenbaum are producing with Jane Starts and Feig Feig and Laura Fisher. Stephen Jones, Zach Roth, Patricia Riggin, and Shanani are exec producers. Okay, another thing that's in the movie news is y'all probably remember the TV show Community. Um According to Variety, Community fans sit tight. More of your favorite cast members may indeed appear in the upcoming Peacock film, including Donald Glover, aka Childish Gambino. That's according to creator Dan Harmon, who addressed why two key community stars Glover and Yvette Nicole Brown were missing from the green light news last week. Although Peacock and Sony Pictures TV announced production of the film with original stars Joe McHale, Danny Pudi, Allison Brie, Jillian Jacobs, Jim Rash, and Ken Jeong. Harmon confirms to Variety that others could still pop in as well. I think that Donald is coming, based on word of mouth, but it's just the deal isn't official or wasn't official. It would be difficult to really commit to doing this thing without Donald, Harmon said. So I believe he is coming back. I think if there's names missing from a list, it's because the names that are on the list, their deals are agreed upon enough that it's okay to say they are on the list. And anybody that's not on the list is just not the case yet. So there is nothing official about anybody being out. And what may be a hint of that, Brown has been posting enthusiastically about the Community movie on her social media accounts, although she hasn't yet addressed the subject of her involvement. And in a 2020 reunion panel, Glover critically said that he would be game for a Community movie if one were to transpire, excuse me. The Community creator, who also co-creator of another fan favorite, Rick and Morty, sat down with Variety at New York Comic Con on Friday, following a panel for his new Fox animated comedy, Krapopolis. Yes, Krapocalypse. Let me see. Yes, during that panel, Harmon addressed the possibility of Chevy Chase, whose character Pierce was killed off in Community season 5 following behind the scenes conflicts, returning for the movie, stating, "I don't even know if it's legal for him to come back. That may be out of our hands. There may be something I signed for with an insurance company. Harmon is finally able to stop being asked questions about a community movie because as of last week, it's officially a go. But now he faces plenty of new questions. Who will and will not be in it? Will Who will direct the film? How did the bidding war for Greendale Community College wind up in Peacock's favor? But where there are questions, Harmon has answers besides the question about the cast. We know that Harmon wrote the film with the help of community alum Andrew Guest. But who is directing the movie? There's a director that directed some of my favorite episodes of Community that it would be great to see be able to do the movie, Harmon said. Of course, among names have been rumored in the past, previous community directors like Justin Lin and Anthony and Joe Russo. And that's not even mentioning the Russo brothers, who I would also love to see come back. But I'm just making the assumption that they are too busy. But we haven't had any official legitimate conversations with people. He added, Sony's strategy was let's make this project that is this, and then we'll talk about attaching directors. I think they're doing that because depending on the size of that director, the director could then make the deal more complicated to close. So it's much easier to make sure it's happening. And now we can go out to directors and say, would you be interested? But that process hasn't started yet. It it also makes it exciting to be able to just announce so and so is directing it. And now Donald Glover is officially in it for real. And we can parcel out these announcements. Meanwhile, Harmon revealed why Community Studio um, Sony Pictures Television went with Peacock as the home of the movie. Universal TV is uh, a partner on the show, a legacy from the fact that Community was developed and originally aired on ABC. No, excuse me, NBC. But Harmon confirmed that the movie was shot around town and was at the center of a bidding war. Larger platforms were interested, but Harmon said Peacock made an offer that felt right. Everybody that we talked to arrived at around the same number. In terms of a budget, that was reasonable to them. And that includes places like Amazon, he said, but Peacock, they are the Greendale Community College of streamers. Maybe they don't want that marketing. They do share a DNA with us. But more importantly, because of that, I think they saw this and knew we'd be a beloved partner with them. And they really expressed that in the ways of how they are very, very interested in promoting the movie and letting us make it the way we want to. They were able to express those things in a contract. That means something. This is a case of there might be a more popular prom date here, but we do want to just be lucky to partner with someone that doesn't have to give us the time of day. Or do we want to really actually collaborate with somebody that's kind of in the zone as us, which is we want to make something great and let everybody know when it's on and stuff like that. In a reasonably intense bidding situation, Peacock was the one that was bidding love and dedication. He added, and we went with them. Okay. Another 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 thing in movie news. Let me see if I could actually find it. Um what is it? There's another one. I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, Green Evil, I covered that. Community, I covered that. Okay, so let's get into. All right, we're gonna get into eat and drink. Yeah, let's get into eat and drink. So, um, all right, eat and drink. So here we go. So, actually, hold on a second. Let's get into another segment right here, real quick. Actually, real quick. Um, Black owned trendsetter shout outs. Shout outs to Fubu, man, for their 30th anniversary. All right, so let's get into it right now. And of course, I would have to say congratulations to Fubu on their 30th anniversary. And for those of you who may not know, Fubu is the clothing line that was founded by Damon John and other co-founders Carlton E. Brown, J. Alexander Martin, and Keith C. Perrin. Of course, um, obviously, obviously, it started. It started with the whole thing with 1992 when Chris Cross, Dr. Dre, and the rest of the development and a few basically came about with Fubu clothing with Fubu clothes. Actually, this it's interesting because of the amount of success that they have, and I want to actually go over some stuff actually, and you know. It was birthed by, of course, John mortgaging his home for about $100,000 and using that seed money to rebuild half of his home as a factory, and which is pretty smart, though. I have to say that's pretty dope. And of course, though, it really, 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 really it's crazy. Anyway, man. So I'll have to say that and the first time I heard about Fubu when I was in Florida, that's when I heard about the song Fatty Girl with Ludacris, Ella Cool J, and Keith Murray. And that's not I'm not gonna forget this though, man. And I don't remember seeing their commercial. Well, I don't know. I was little when it came out though with their commercial, but I didn't see it. I didn't see it when I was little though. But all I know is that they are the most popular brand ever, and I still have their outfits to this day though. So I'm not gonna stay on this for too long though. But I just wanted to say congratulations to the people on Fubu Radio, which made it to the 30th anniversary of existence. Um, actually, Fubu, the clothing line, actually, and celebrating in a major way, and of course, though, man, this is, and I hope they continue more success. So there you have it, right there. There you have it, right there. And now let's get to some eat and drink. So um the New York ice cream company Lee Lewin is revising nostalgia with their launch of new ice cream bars and pints containing flavors consumers have grown up loving. This October's ice cream launch will include a new pint flavor, vegan banana bread pudding, already already released on October 7th, followed by two new specialty nostalgia ice cream bar flavors, black and white layer cake, which will be released later this month, along with strawberry shortcake. Van Louis Wins Reminiscent launch is the company's first exclusive collaboration with Sprouts and will be permanently rolling into 390 locations. The new pint is available in 23 states today and will be followed by the ice cream bars later this month. Um, Known for making delicious dairy and non-dairy ice cream featuring quality ingredients and creative flavors, Van Lee Yuen grew from a single New York City ice cream truck in 2008 to opening 34 scoop shops in New York City, New Jersey, Connecticut, California, um, Philadelphia, Texas, and Colorado, as well as creating their own pints and bars. This launch with Sprouts is just another growth for the adored ice cream brand. Co-founder and CEO of Lee Ewan Ice Cream, Ben Van Lee Ewan, said about the launch. Sprouts has been an amazing partner to Van Lee Ewan the past few years, so we couldn't be more excited to be launching a new pint flavor and 2 new ice cream bars exclusively in Sprouts stores. Sprouts has always been known as the grocery chain that carries brands that truly care about the ingredients it's sharing with customers, so we feel exceptionally honored that Sprouts has given us the opportunity to launch new products exclusively in its stores. Um, Hang on a second. Okay. All right. No Kid Hungry. Nonprofit organization dedicated to helping feed children across the country has teamed up with the New York City Department of Education to celebrate this year's National School Lunch Week. Of course, from October 10th to October 14th, the DOE and No Kid Hungry are thanking dedicated school staff for providing free meals to NYC students every day. The free lunch program ensures that students who may not be able to afford consistent healthy meals get the nutrition they need in order to grow and learn. When our students are well fed and cared for, they perform better inside and outside the classroom, which is why we are fully committed to providing every New York City, NYC, which is New York City, public student with free, nutritious, and nourishing meals each day, said DOE Office of Food and Nutrition Services Senior Executive Director Chris Tricarico. End quote. I'm grateful National School Lunch Week provides us the opportunity to recognize the essential work our food service workers do in and day out. Studies indicate that the meals received at school are oftentimes the most balanced and nutritious ones received all day, and that when students are provided with regular healthy meals, they are less likely to be tired, retain information taught in class better, and are overall more attentive. To celebrate and bring attention to the hard work of school staff to provide for their students, school cook Valerie Baker was honored by the DOE and No Kids Hungry New York for her dedicated service to East Harlem's PS 83, which prepares more than 1,000 lunches each day for students. Baker, who has been working at PS 83 for 25 years, received the honor on October 12th, and her long-term community service was recognized by No Kid Hungry as essential to her community. Kids couldn't learn in class without cooks like Miss Baker serving free, healthy lunches every single day, said Rachel Sabella, director of No Kid Hungry New York, on Wednesday. This National School Lunch Week, we're honoring the everyday heroes across New York City public schools who provide the consistent nutrition kids need to learn, grow, and achieve their dreams. Of course, you want to learn more about school lunch week and the child hunger crisis, you can visit nokidhungry.org. Okay. Um, let's see what else. Hope I ain't missing anything. Um, yeah, I think that does it, man. I think that really does it for this episode right here. Let me just put myself on screen here. Yo, listen, this has been a great episode, man. 191. I am going to go to the last segment of the night, which is called Stream Choices on the Go, man. And I'm going to remind people about an event that's going on by my friend Notagami. So here it is, Stream Choices on the Go. And if you like what you heard, why don't you show some love by following Off the Meat Rack Chainz New York podcast on Facebook and Instagram, alongside with my other shows, which is Excellent Fun Vibrant Talks podcast, the Sports Edition show, and of course Meticulous Vibe Juice podcast review show, and alongside with myself on my primary handle on the gram, which is G Money Stacks 555 in Queens, New York. Make sure you turn on your notifications to know when each episode is going to be dropping. And as the schedule goes, it's going to be Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And before I go on the stream, before I announce the stream platforms and where you can listen, stream, and watch these episodes, I want to remind the people in New York. A friend of mine named Notagami is having a music video release party. And I want y'all to check this out, actually. And this is located in let me just grab the address for you folks out there. So this is called Celeranas. This is the video release party, which stars which has JT Gems, Mina, Sisney, Sad Boy, and Zorin Low. And it takes place somewhere in, what is it? Wait a minute here. Now, hold on a minute here. I want to make sure that I'm not sure if it's in, hold on a minute here, because I don't know where Throop Avenue is. So it's 360 Throop Avenue, 9 o'clock, and it's $5 all night. And of course, it includes leather latex and fear. No, hold on. Leather latex and fetish gear encouraged. Not sure exactly. Oh, Telerana's video release party. Okay, there it is. Now I'm not sure if it's in Brooklyn. Let me see. Is it in Brooklyn? I'm not sure. Wait a minute here. Let me find out something. Real quick. Let me find out. If is it? Hold on a second here. Hold on. Throop Avenue, man. Hold on. Throop Avenue. I'm gonna look this up, man, so I can get a better idea on where this is gonna. Oh, this is in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. Oh shit. Okay, okay, I got it now. All right, so you can go on the link in bio on Notagami underscore on her page for tickets, and and yes, um, and yes, the Celerana's video release party for her music video. It takes place at 360 Throop Avenue, and it starts at 9 p.m. $5 on night. Leather, latex, and fetish gear encouraged. All right, so there you have it right there, though, man. Make sure you follow Notagami underscore too, man. You know what I'm saying? She's a good friend of mine. You know what I'm saying? So I want y'all to actually, check out the event, have fun, have a good time, and take some friends with you. You know what I'm saying? Um, so I just wanted to make sure I got that out the way. So there you have it right there. Um, all right, so I guess that's it. Let me go to the stream platforms on the go. Um, and also you can go to the link in bio on both of my pages, G Money Stacks 555 and or Off the Meat Rack Chainz New York podcast page, where it says Linktree slash G Money Stacks 555, and it's gonna have a whole list of audio streaming platforms that I'm going to mention. And make sure you subscribe to all the audio streaming platforms that I'm going to mention. And of course, you can leave a voice message on there on questions, what you thought about the topics, how you feel about them, all that other great stuff whatsoever. So Anchor, Audacity, Audio Burst, Amazon Music, Breaker, Castbox FM, Deezer, Listen Notes, Moon FM Podcast, Player FM Podcast, of course, podcast, Pocket Cast, excuse me, Podbay, Podfriend, Podopolo, Podorama, Podcast Index, Podcast Addict, Podchaser, Podverse, Reason FM, um, Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, Google Podcasts, and of course, be sure to actually leave a 5-star rating on Podchaser, Podfriend, and of course, if you have Apple Podcasts or iTunes, make sure you give a 5-star rating there too. And of course, do the same for Spotify as well. That'll be appreciated. And of course, you can listen to episodes of Off the Meat Rat Chainz New York podcast on Radio Public, alongside with iHeartRadio, the number one app for music, radio, and podcast. Also make sure you follow and subscribe to my other two podcast shows, which is Excellent Fun Vibrant Talks podcast, and which is the sports edition show, and of course Meticulous Vibe Juice podcast review show also on there too. Make sure you follow and turn on those notifications on when each episode is going to be dropping. And last but not least, the YouTube. Make sure you grab that subscribe button for me and click on that noti bell so you can be reminded on when the show goes in the air via live stream. Leave a like and a comment along with the episodes and topics. More video content, upcoming episodes, previous episodes. Listen, stream, watch these episodes, catch up on the episodes in case you miss any of them. It's on the YouTube channel page on G Money Stacks 555 channel page. And tell a friend to another friend. Be sure to share the podcast along with the link that says Linktree slash G Money Stacks 555 with all the audio streaming platforms, including YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to all those platforms with where each podcast is going to be uploaded and stuff. Share the podcast with your friends, of course, your wives, husbands, boyfriends, girlfriends, friends you are cool with, especially the ones from work and wherever else. And that's it for me, man. I'm G Money Stacks. Thank you very much for listening and hanging out with me on the 191st episode. And of course, don't forget to check out my friend Notagami for her music video release party that takes place in Best Eye, Brooklyn. And go to the link in bio on her page, Notagami _ on her Instagram page. So you get a better idea on how to get it and for more information. You know what I'm saying? And remember the grind doesn't stop. Hard work pays off. Don't rush the process, trust the process. And of course, find something that makes you happy mentally, physically, and spiritually. And of course, for the most part, don't forget to actually don't forget to actually find something that clicks to you, that gets you into your zone. Find your voice, be you, be confident in what you do, creatively speaking, and of course, have some tunnel vision. Tunnel vision is very important, and of course, don't worry about being a people pleaser. You know what I'm saying? So that's gonna do it, man. I'm off this shit. Thank you very much for listening and rocking with me and hanging out with me, man. I'll see y'all in the next episode. And pretty much we're gonna be having more new topics in the next episode. So stay tuned for that. And that's it, man. I'm out of here. Peace and one love. Stay liquid. Take care of one another. I hope y'all have a good time at Notagami's music video release party in Brooklyn, Best Eye, Brooklyn. And peace and one love. And good night, folks. Oops, sorry. Yeah, that's not what I was. Yeah.